There she is, sports fans, there she is. All back together, as hopefully you see on the last video. Now, remember on the last video, when I tried to start her, because we had to rotate that rear axle to line up with the wheel. She didn't want to start well.
Well, that wasn't very successful.
Because she's been laid up all over winter, and thanks to a fairly dodgy isolator switch, she's got a dead battery on her. So much so, we'll look at the old gauge in it. It's not even barely reading. So I've got nothing on the key. That should be firing now. So that is completely dead. Completely dead. Won't even. Oh no, there you go, there you go, there you go. Quick. There you go. 10.6 volts in her at the minute, which is obviously nothing. And again, we'll try her again. But not even getting a click. There's that little power in that battery. So what we're going to do, I've got one of these new battery boosters, a TOPDON one, and we're going to see if she can start it, because like I say, she is completely dead. And when these batteries are as dead as this one, sometimes the battery's so dead that no matter how much boost you put into it, the battery just sort of draws it, just sucks it out, and you can't fire it up, whatever. So we'll see how good this TOPDON is. We'll unbox it and everything. We'll see how good it is, and see if she's got the capability of firing the old girl up. Right, so here it is. TOPDON JS3000 jump starter. Now let's have a look at this puppy and see what is what. Oh, I like that. Comes in its own carry case. Little handle on it, superb. Right, let's undo this and see what we got. Right, so there we go. There's the meat of it. Again, I like the fact it's got its nice little own carry handle again. So we've got a load of outputs here. A USB, a mini C one as well for charging stuff, and for charging this. Another USB there. A little 12 volt plug there as well. And oh, there you go. That's where the jump leads connect onto. So on the front we've got a gauge that tells us how much is in the battery. Also got the power button, and we've got the boost button. Power button does what you imagine it does, turns it on. So we will, once we get it hooked to the battery, we will turn that on, and we might need this button as well, the boost, because this is like a safety thing. So a lot of these sort of like battery chargers these days require a bit of voltage in the battery to operate, but like I say, you can use that boost button to make it work anyway. Right, so in the other half we got all the accessories. So we get a 3-pin plug with a C adapter on it, so we can obviously charge it up. We get the jump leads, and of course we get a little booklet telling us how to use it. Right, so as you might imagine, these can only go in one way, so you can't put them in the wrong way around. So put them in like that. That goes in nicely and tightly. It is handy on the old TW that the battery is so accessible, it just swings out on that little frame there. So before I connect the charger up, Darren's just jumped in the seat, and he's just going to again show that it's definitely dead. So go for it, Darren. Nothing?
Absolutely dead.
Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, absolutely dead.
Right, so we've got the multimeter on. It's reading 12.4 volts at the minute. Try and start it, Darren. Down to 3, yeah, below 3 volts now. 1 volt, there's nothing in it. Take my word for it, that battery is dead. I'll tell you what, Darren, another way to prove it is ignition on, turn the front lights on. Yeah, that's it, 2 turns, with ignition on.
2 turns.
Yeah. Nothing, that is with the lights on, Try the top light. It says under the visor. You see it? Under the visor, there's a little switch.
Yeah.
They on? No.
Yeah.
See, nothing is. That's what I'm trying to prove. I know you probably don't believe me, but there's very little power in that. Let's see what happens. Right, so let's plug her on. Always good practice to put the positive terminal on first. That's it. Negative on. Well, that has actually recognised the fact that it is attached to a battery, which means we possibly don't need the boost. So we'll try it. Try it, Darren, see what happens.
Right, ignition on. You ready?
Yep. Just like that. A minute. That started instantly. Try that again.
Nothing.
Nothing. Excellent. That's what I was hoping for. So we'll plug her back in again. Yep, we're reading 100% on the battery charger. Go for it. Nope. Possibly because it hasn't reset. Wait for the lights to go out. I think that's what it is.
Oh, you put it on too quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because once it's being used, it turns itself on.
Yeah, it needs, I think it says 20 seconds it has to do a reboot like, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so now that's off, we'll plug on again. Okay, that's lit them all up now. The boost is saying it's okay. Try it. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Do it again now. Turn it off. Unplug. Restart. Come on. Just got enough in it now. We run it for long enough just to put enough in it, lot.
Back, yeah.
But I bet if you try again. And again, go a bit more. I like this is good. Yep, that'll do.
I think that's flat now, George.
Yep. That on there, give it a second. Fire away. That really cranks it over a treat, doesn't it?
That's amazing.
Yeah. What's that, 3 starts we've done now?
Yeah,
I think so, 3 starts.
Off that. Yeah.
And that is still reading 100%. Now this is supposed to do, they advertise them in quite a layman's sort of way, up to 9 litre diesel, no, 9 litre petrol, I think 7 litre diesel, to make it easy for customers to understand how big an engine they can start. But I reckon that'd do bigger. I reckon that would. Really loads of power in it. Now it's got a nice little safety feature on. Like this battery is nice and easy to get to, but some can be a right old pain. Now, if you can't really see where you're putting the terminals, and you put the positive on the negative, and there you go. I'll put the negative on the positive. Tells you that's the wrong way around. The little buzzer sounds. Hopefully you can hear that on the video. To let you know that it's got, you're the wrong way around. So if it's at night, at dark, or like especially some modern cars, the battery is tucked right under the dash, and it makes it tricky to see what you're doing. The other thing I mentioned was the boosting, which I thought we were going to need, but we didn't actually need it. When you're connected up to the battery and that light doesn't show up, it's reading there's so little charge in there that the safety systems won't work. So you hold that boost button down for about 3 seconds, and then that will get rid of the protection systems and force it to work, if you know what I mean. So for like really low batteries, it will still work. But on like your standard battery, like I just proved there, you've got your polarity protection, and you'll do that before you even turn this on. So it's a nice safe bit of kit, really is. You've got a light as well, Hold the power down for 3 seconds and you get different light modes, strobe and flashing and all that sort of stuff. Really handy bit of kit to have with you. This will be staying in the van for, well, for any emergency. And of course you can charge your phone with it or whatever, run anything off it. Got a nice little hanging handle there as well, nice little touch, and a little stand so you can stand it up and you can have the light directing where you want it. Some good little touches on it. It's really been well thought out. Right, so there's one more test we're going to do. It's quite an extreme test and I wouldn't recommend it. But I've disconnected the terminals from the battery. We're going to see if the battery booster will start the tractor without the battery attached. Now it will be a good test of the boost because obviously it will definitely need the boost because it's not going to read any voltage coming back. So click that on. So we're on the right cables there, I think. Yes, we are. It's just worth checking. Yeah, that is all good. So obviously we're not on at the minute. So that is on now. Okay, we're not connected to any of the battery. We're not connected to the battery at all, only connected to this. The little light hasn't come on, as I said, because it's not reading any voltage. So we hold that down for 3 seconds, I believe. That went click now. So my faithful assistant Darren is going to try and start it now. Hopefully nothing blows up.
Got lights.
Go for it. There you go. How good was that? Disconnector. So that just proves that's quite a good test because it showed the boost facility there. So if you have got a really dead battery, you can still start it. So there you go, the old TOPDON JS3000. Now, because I'm a good old boy, if you're interested in one of these, I've got a link code, discount code for you. Go into the description and you'll find it there, and you can get this for a little bit of a discount. So yeah, TOPDON JS3000, enough power to power the TW.